Hey y'all! In today's episode we leave Kinsale and sail along the coast to Youghal, a charming town with masses of history that includes Sir Walter Raleigh and the first European potatoes. We take a look at the walled town and end with a barbecue on the beach.
We've been at Kinsale a week now, so it's time to move on. We've done a bunch of things. Went to visit the fort, we went to the brewery slash distillery, had some friends come down, brought his kids to the boat, and yeah, it's a really calm morning. We're not purposefully leaving in the calm this time. It just happened to be we paid for a week on the mooring buoy, and today is the end of that week. We've got full diesel tanks and almost full water tanks. We've been having to ship the water from shore in two 20-litre containers while we've been here, so slightly harder than just putting a hose in when you're on a pontoon, but you know, we've been in and out to the shore anyway. There's a decent pontoon just over there for the fishermen, which the harbour master let us use. That's not a general rule here, so if you come, do seek permission from the harbour master. There's plenty of slipways with places to tie the dinghy, but they're dirty, harder to get on and off of the shore and stuff, and obviously the tides affect them. And when we first arrived, we said to the harbour master, where do you want us to put the dinghy? And he showed us on the CCTV system, just go in the corner of this fisherman's pontoon. But yeah, so today we're heading to Youghal. For any English speakers, that is spelt Youghal. We didn't know that. The Irish are quite happy to correct you, and not in a mean way. They know their language is hard. So yeah, should be probably a 6-hour journey today, probably entirely under motor, looking at the conditions out here. There's barely a ripple on the water. It's reasonably warm, but again, as it has been for the last few days, only in direct sunlight. So we got northerly winds, which is bringing a bit of a chill compared to early last week. But you know, it's fine. We're going to put some gloves and hats on while we're underway. Offshore, I expect it to be quite cold today, but we're basically going to sit there with the autopilot on probably, and we'll arrive in about 6 hours. So pretty easy leaving today. Just going to drop the rope and we'll drift off the mooring and then off we go. Hopefully there's no issues remaining from that rope around the prop, and yeah, looking forward to a nice I'm going to call it a sail, nice sail today, and seeing a new place. So what do you think leaving Kinsale?
I'm sad to be leaving. I really like Kinsale, but I'm sure there's lots of other places that we'll enjoy as much. So, but yeah, it's been really nice.
What was your favourite part of Kinsale?
I don't know. I just like the atmosphere of the town, and like I just like the town itself. It's just, and everyone's been very friendly. Maybe that's just an Irish thing as well. But yeah, lots of lovely little cafes and bars and stuff like that. So yeah, and I really enjoyed our walk to the fort. The fort was quite cool, and the views are stunning around here. Yeah. What was your favourite part?
I think my favourite part is very similar to Jude's. It's a beautiful place, and the people are very friendly. It's incredibly accommodating, but yeah, the walk to the fort was nice because we got to see a lot of the town. I think the run when we ran around out and back into town was good. I always enjoy that initial seeing of a new place. Yeah, and the bars have been nice. The brewery tour was good. I think I've just enjoyed the whole thing. Yeah.
Stay. Would your arms surround me?
We're about halfway now. Just going past Cork Harbour. There's no wind. We put the main up first thing because it looked like there might be more wind than forecast. That's still up, but it's just sort of flapping in the breeze really, so it's not doing us any good. Annoyingly, we're only doing 4.2 knots at 1700 RPM. Normally we'd be doing about 5. We're going with the tide, 0.4 knots of tide. So I think the bottom of the boat is very, very dirty. It wasn't too bad. We were doing 5.5 at this many revs previously. So I think just sitting still for a week in Kinsale has allowed a bunch of weed to grow. There is a slight concern that it's related to the rope. There's no vibration or anything from the engine, so I don't think it is. In theory we could have another bit of rope around the keel or something, but I would have expected that to fall off. We don't have any hooks on the keel or anything. So yeah, it's quite odd. We don't know why we're going so slowly, but it's a pleasant day, so we're just rolling with it. Might put a GoPro under the water later, and we'll probably get in the dinghy and try and give the hull a bit of a scrub, just to try and improve things. We've got a couple of tins of anti-foul on board, so we can get lifted out and just paint the hull if we really need to. I wouldn't expect to need to this soon, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. But right now it's almost mirror-like seas, as you can see behind me. Bright blue sunshine again. I'm sure our record on that is going to change at some point, but it's quite nice that we've had it pretty much since we left. We've only probably had 4 or 5 days of bad weather, most of it in Plymouth, where we stopped off, but the rest of the time the sun's been out, so really enjoying it at the moment. The wind has picked up a little bit and turned towards the southwest, and so we finally rolled out the jib to go with the mainsail. We're doing about the same speed we were under motor. With the motor still on, we got up to 5.5 knots. As soon as I turned the motor off, we're back down to about 4.5, 4.3. But at least it's quiet now and we're sailing as a sailboat. That's always nice. So yeah, how's it going for you, Jude?
Yeah, I feel really tired today. I'm all like lethargic. I was having a lay down and now we're tilting, so I haven't been able to.
Yeah, so Jude was annoyed. She was lying on this side. I put the sails up, sheeted them in, and it basically tipped her out of her bunk. So that's always fun on a sailboat, but it's just the way it is. The other side is still sunny. But yeah, we're probably 3 hours away from our destination now. Little bit more waves on the water now that the wind has turned properly against the current, but
they're very, very small.
Yeah, very small, very calm, so we're quite happy. up to the turning into Youghal at the moment. As you can probably hear, we had to turn the engine back on. There just wasn't very much wind today, but we are getting, we've still got the sails up. We are getting about an extra knot and a half just from having the sails up, motor sailing, so we've left those up. We'll take them down as we go through the harbour entrance, and yeah, we're probably half an hour away, and it's looking like an absolutely lovely entrance. There's some sort of fortifications up on the hill. I assume from one of the more recent wars. They look like concrete kind of fortifications. There's an island on the corner. It looks on the chart as if we could go inside of the island and cut through, but it's just not worth the risk for the probably 10 minutes it would save us going around. So we're not going to do that, but it certainly looks lovely as we're going past it. And just sitting here thinking sailing is probably the best way to arrive anywhere, really, on your own boat, knowing that you can get in, drop the hook, and you're already home. So currently our home is Youghal. Yesterday our home was Kinsale. Before that our home was the Scillies, and onwards we go. Home is where the heart is, I guess. So yeah, not able to see the entrance just yet as it's around the corner, but hopefully not long.
Just put our anchor down in Youghal. We went to explore, there's like a bit of a sandbank in the middle and a channel around the outside, and we went down that as it's meant to be 4 meters all the way around, and we ended up at just over 2 meters, so we had to turn around quite rapidly
Because we draw 2 meters.
Because we draw 2 meters, so we're 20 centimeters from running aground, and it's a falling tide, so that wouldn't have been fun. So yeah, we've put down our anchor in the anchorage, and we're just going to decide whether to go to the beach and have a bit of a barbecue, or just have dinner on the boat. We're not really sure yet, so yeah, I'll keep you updated. We didn't end up going over to have a barbecue yesterday. I think by the time we were both ready for it, we just felt exhausted from the day. So we just ate on the boat, had a glass of wine, waited for the sun to set, and then just went downstairs and relaxed for a bit before going to bed. This morning we have done a water run, so we have to take jerry cans, 20 kilo jerry cans to land, fill them up from a tap, and then bring them back to the boat. We've now had our showers, and we're just getting ready to go off into Youghal and explore the town for a bit. They've got a pontoon, short stay pontoon, which we can go on to, which is good, but it's got a code, it turned out, so I've had to phone the harbour master and find out some instructions to see if we can use that, and hopefully that all works out. If not, we might get locked on land. We'll see. But yeah, Dave's just gone over to get some more water, and he'll be back shortly, so I will film him coming in, hopefully.
Just been in the tourist centre, and there's a lot more history to Youghal than we expected as such a small place. It's actually a walled city. There's a gate at either end. One is the clock gate, one is the water gate, and it turns out this is where Sir Walter Raleigh stopped on his way back from the New World. This is where the first potatoes were planted in Europe, that he brought back, and interestingly he was smoking some tobacco when he got back, and the locals, having never seen tobacco before or smoking, threw water over him because they thought he was on fire, which we thought was quite amusing. Yeah, what else were the history points, Jude? I've already forgotten.
Moby Dick was filmed here, I think. It was, yeah, Moby Dick. They filmed some of it here and recreated the old town.
New Bradford town.
Yeah. I can't remember. Potatoes was the main one.
There was plenty more. We have very short attention spans, as you can see. But yeah, very interesting seeing how much history there was here. For such a tiny place, there's almost nothing here. So, very interesting.
We've just come for a bit of a walk around, so yeah, we've got to land in Youghal, and we walked to the clock tower. They do tours where you can go up it, but it's 50 minutes and you have to book it, so decided not to do that. But then we walked along through the town, saw some little nice shops and cafes and whatnot, and when we're on our way to Lidl to get a few supplies and maybe Tesco, but we just came out and we've done a walk. We think it's called the boardwalk. It's like a grass walk that goes along the river, but there's a bit of a tunnel where the water goes through on the other side, so you effectively end up with water on both sides of you. I don't really know what that's called, my brain is not working right now. But yeah, it's been quite nice. It's a bit breezy, we were expecting some wind to come through, so it's gusting a bit. Still okay though, and the boat's securely held. We can see her over that way, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, we are now walking to the shops to get a few more bits, supplies, before we move on, because we're not really sure where we're going next and what facilities are there, so we want to keep our boat stocked up on food and water and bits like that. Okay.
After a day looking around Youghal and a few drinks at the Nook Bar and Cake Shop, we decided to dinghy across to the Ferry Point Spit for a barbecue. We didn't film much here, just gently cooked some sausages and drank some beer while the sun went down. We did get a time lapse for you to enjoy though. Tune in next week as we move further along the coast to Dunmore East and Kilmore Quay.
Baby, this is the sunset. Baby, this is the sunset. Our hands are tied together, tightly wrapped around each other. Baby, this is the sunset. And we don't care much about tomorrow, and it's okay. Baby, don't you know that it's over? You know we're gonna make it out alive. Oh baby, don't you know that it's over? Oh baby, watching the sun go down. Baby, this is the sunset. Baby, this is the sunset. Our hands are tied together, tightly wrapped around each other. Baby, this is the sunset. And we don't care much about tomorrow, and it's okay. Oh baby, don't you know that it's over? You know we gotta make it out alive. Baby, don't you know that it's over? Oh baby, watching the sun go down. We have known each other for a long,